Now I shoot hog a little bit. I have my dash. I'm looking for cast. Right? Now I'm using my updraft and my dash to get away from the diva that I know is going to push me. I look for the Ana. Ana's dead. And then, like I said, you don't need to go for big ultimates. I just killed 3. I know that Kiriko has her TP, but if I hit my ult on her, she can't TP away. I instantly go for ult on the Kiri. Boom, she's dead. Basically, I think I'm gonna go over a lot of the things that make Freya good, and things that I think that you should pick up on Freya when you're trying to learn her. I think I've done a pretty good job at getting good at her, and I think for the YouTube video, I already have some good footage to show that I am the #1 Freya of all time. I gotta start off by saying I think Freya is definitely a good pick in all ranks, and she can be used pretty similarly to Sojourn, but she's definitely punished more than Sojourn because of her HP. But I think she has a higher burst damage output than Sojourn. There's not enough damage over time the way that Sojourn works. You know what I mean? So I like to use my dashes as aggressively as humanly possible. Pretty much every single time you have your double dash, I want you to look for a pretty much instant kill. So here's the combo that you want to do early on is you just want to scope in, shoot, shift, scope in, shoot, shift again. And because don't forget, every time you use your quick dash, it reloads your right click, your take aim. This is what it looks like when you don't use your shift. That's how fast you can shoot. If you don't shift, you cannot do the combo because it takes forever to reload. Right? Now, there's a couple combos that you can go for, right? If you're not comfortable hitting the double tap, right, like this, you could definitely go for simple combos with your unscope and your scope, kind of like doing this, right? That is good as well, but it's gonna be unreliable in some situations. So for the most part, going for the instant double direct is going to be your easiest way of cleaning up kills and getting easily secured kills. And for people who don't know, these icons on your stream or on your screen identify the dashes that you have, right? So every time you have one of these, that means you have the potential for an instant kill. Every single time you have a dash, you have the potential for an instant kill. So there is a setting. Oh, this one. Double jump activates quick dash. I personally don't use that, but some people in the chat and maybe the YouTube frogs might try to use that. It makes it like she has Hanzo jump, so you can just spam your spacebar rather than shift. I personally like using shift. I want to talk about updraft. You want to use your updraft to set yourself up for kills with your dash, right? It might be hard in the real game to look for kills just by standing here, and you'll see in the footage after this edited guide of the footage I add of my gameplay, the way I use updraft to jump over buildings, to jump over their tanks, to look for backline. You want to use your updraft to give you a better view of the heroes that you can easily kill. Let's say this like is a building or something and I want to use my updraft. I can use the updraft just to get over it and then look for a kill and then chill for a little bit. Freya plays in bursts, right? She's not a character like Sojourn where you constantly want to be shooting. You can be constantly shooting just to farm ult charge, but her burst damage with her dashes are going to be the most valuable way to get kills. Here's, I think, the #1 problem with Freya was that her low HP and her sniper mentality wants to trick you into playing safe and scared like a bitch. Don't do that. I want you to play as aggressively as humanly possible, almost like a Genji or a Tracer, because she gets so much value out of pushing her limits and playing as fast as possible. Freya doesn't have an easy exit like Tracer and Genji. How can she be aggressive? The way she be aggressive is by killing them. Dead people can't shoot back. Let's talk about the ultimate. I don't think you guys should ever go for huge ults, almost like a grab. I'd say the best way to use ultimate is to really just use it as fast as possible to get kills, because you can build back your ult so fast. She builds ult fastest. Look at my ult charge. You build it faster than any hero in the game, easily. You want to use your ult even to secure 1 kill. Even if you get a couple easy like kills and you want to get this last kill for a 3-piece, boom. I'm going to show you guys a small example. Okay, this quality is terrible, but But you see, I do the combo there, and then I kill this Kiri, and now this cast is alone, but I go for the easy ult just to secure the kill. You don't have to always look for multi-kills or big ultimates. You could use your ult at any time you want to secure a fast kill. But the main mindset that you need to have is to use your ult. Just use it as much as possible. Let's talk about their perks, right? So the minor perks are Frost Bolts and Tracking Instinct. Frost Bolts, enemies hit by 3 regular bolts in quick succession are slowed by 20% for 2 seconds. Me personally, chat, I think that's the better perk. I don't know about you guys. Some people say that Tracking Instinct can be good because you can hunt down the critical health enemies and that can get your ultimate, right? And get your ultimate up faster. But I think, especially in 6v6 and 5v5, the slowing one makes tanks' lives living hell. It's so hard to play tank when you're constantly slow. And not only that, even when you're shooting squishies, if you can get off a couple shots and it slows them, it makes your combo way easier to hit because they're slow. What's unique about Freya is that both of her major perks I think are really solid. I personally like to use Ready to Hunt, which Updraft grants a temporary free use of dash, because that means you can have 3, technically 4 dashes if you do it properly. But Relentless Barrage is also good. Direct hits with take aim refund 4 automatic bolt ammo. And now I actually think that Relentless Barrage pairs better with Frost Bolts, because that means you could basically have an infinite ammo and infinite slow on a tank. But because I like to go for the combo with Freya often, I think getting the extra dash is much better, because look how many dashes I can pull off. Okay, so this is what it looks like without the Updraft, right? You get 3 shots in, right? With my combo. This is what it looks like with the Updraft. You can get another shot off with the Updraft easily. That was a little slow. You can definitely do it faster. But with the Updraft, you get another potential combo off, and you can use that to blow up tanks a lot easier, or you could use that Updraft to secure a kill on another squishy, right? But here is the other combo that really just depends on what your playstyle is and what you want to use. If you want to use Relentless Barrage, and that's also another good option. You want to go with slowing arrows and then Relentless Barrage, and here's the combo, right? If you do this correctly, you could have infinite ammo. So you want to shoot 4 bullets and then take aim, and take a look at my ammo, right? Technically, you could have infinite ammo if you do that correctly, and make their tank pretty much slow forever, right? They would be pretty much slow forever while you have infinite ammo. So that's a really good combo if that's what you want to do. If you want to use that build, that could be good to focus tanks. You still want to look for kills with your combo, but I think that is an option if that's what you want to do. But we can talk about the counters a little bit for Freya. Chat, what do you guys think are the counters for Freya? I actually think that divers are really strong against Freya. I think Genji really fucks her up because of how much burst damage she does, and she only has 225 HP. He does so much damage to her, and she's a real struggle against her. Plus, she can't hit her combo on him because of the deflect. Characters that can play at a better range than her really melt her. Like a singular Ashe headshot brings her down to like 25 HP. Sojourn also messes her up a lot if she can play long range. I think Widow really messes her up if they can play long range. And I've been saying this for a while, but I think that Freya is really strong on certain maps. And some of those maps are, I think she's really strong on maps that are mid-range with high grounds. So what are some of those maps, chat? King's Row. She's one of the best on King's Row. I think she's great on Junkertown. She's extremely strong on Junkertown. And I think one of the footages that I'm going to have in this YouTube video is going to be Junkertown. I think she's fairly strong on Numbani. I think she's really strong on Gibraltar first. She's really good at Rialto. I had a great Rialto game with her. Any map that you can bridge the gap between the other characters like Ashe, Widow, and Sojourn by using your Updraft, she's really strong at. Best support with her, I think she pairs well with any support that can have long range, like Ana, to heal her being aggressive and in the air. And she does well with the Mercy as well. She does well with Zed in 6v6 because if a target is discorded and you can hit some shots on them, they melt so fast. Every second that Freya is alive is a second where she has a potential to kill one of your non-tank characters. She has the highest pick potential out of any character in Overwatch. I think she's the closest character rivaling Sojourn in her pick potential. And I have footage of me playing. And you know what? I'll show some footage here. Like, look, I have my dash. Boom, I'm going for a kill. And look, I triple stuck that guy. And he gets absolutely dominated. Disgusting, right? The only way you guys are going to be able to hit these shots is when you start. And I have my dash back up. I'm going for it right away. The moment I might have missed right there. And then I don't have my dashes, so I'm going to shoot tank. I'm going to shoot tank. I have my dashes. I'm going for a kill. Okay? I don't have my dashes. I'm going to shoot tank. I look for an ult. Boom. Right there. I'm constantly looking for more kills, right? I might miss a little bit. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. I see the D.Va here. I'm just shooting D.Va. I think she should not be played super long range. Like, for example, a Widow and an Ashe might play over here. I think she's strongest playing near a building where she can updraft over, peek for 1 second, get a kill, and then hide. She's really, really strong in that regard. The difference is you are missing against 500 and we are missing against bums. Yeah, but how do you expect yourself to ever hit shots if you don't put yourself in situations to go for these shots? You will never learn how to hit these shots if you're never putting yourself in situations to learn how. See, I'm constantly looking for kills here. Every single moment that I have a dash, I'm looking for a kill. Now I shoot hog a little bit. I have my dash. I'm looking for cast. Right now, I'm using my updraft and my dash to get away from the D.Va that I know is gonna push me. I look for the Ana. Ana's dead. And then, like I said, you don't need to go for big ultimates. I just killed 3. I know that Kiriko has her TP, but if I hit my ult on her, she can't TP away. I instantly go for ult on the Kiri. Boom, she's dead. So, just the point of showing this is that I want you to see that every single time I have my dash, I'm looking for a kill. I am not wasting any time. Every single time I have a dash, I'm looking for a kill. There's no downtime. You want to min-max as much as you humanly can by getting as many kills as possible with your dashes. This is a kind of an ideal scenario, but that's kind of what I was talking about, where I do believe that I don't think that Freya is always good. So it's up to you if you want to one-trick Freya in moments where she's not that strong. I think she is strongest on maps like this and Rialto and Gibraltar. I don't think you are going to be able to get all of what Freya gives to you on maps that aren't good for her. Like, I think she's really bad on really open maps like Koth. I don't think she's that good on Lijiang Tower. I think she's really bad on maps where their flankers can easily get to you. Like Control Center Lijiang, if that Genji can dash to you, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. She has 225 HP. She needs buildings and she needs just things to hide behind, to peek out of, to do like really fast burst damage. How do you think your approach to her changes in 5v5 or 6v6? That's a great question. I think, I actually talked about this yesterday. In 6v6, she becomes a lot stronger into tanks, and I definitely think you can shoot tanks more often. In 5v5, I really wouldn't waste time shooting tanks. I think that concludes the Freya video that I want to make. Honestly, I think we went over a lot of good stuff. I showed a lot of good examples of how to play aggressive and what you could do to play aggressive, and my mindsets on her and how I think that she should play in constant bursts. Chat, let me know in the YouTube comment section if you're watching this, if I missed anything, if you disagree or you agree. This is also my first type of video where I'm making a guide, so it was definitely all over the place, and it might suck, but I don't care. Suck my balls. Oh, also, make sure you buy the galactic weapon. It helps.